Hello, SpeedGaming 3. Welcome to the 2025 Link to the Past Randomizer Hybrid Major Glitches Tournament. We are a ways into our double elimination bracket. This is actually a lower bracket match between Tam and Chexhuman. Game 2 in a best of 3. Chex won the first game. And should be a really great matchup between two really good runners. And I'm Drosy, by the way, here with secretly a sliver, aka Sean.
Hi, that's me.
Okay, you're back. Great. But yeah, we should be getting underway momentarily here.
Yeah, I don't know who to ping for it, but we should signify on the overlay that Chexhuman won game 1.
That's on the tracker, so that's up to our tracker, Mr. Buyer. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Buyer.
Right. So
Wow. Let's get these runners synced here.
So we have a small key in the sank chest, which kind of makes escape a little more important, but escape is just not really important in this mode until it is.
Ooh, nice early moon pearl.
There's the moon pearl, so escape is probably not going to be done for quite a while in this mode. Yeah, moon pearl is the first big gate, and then as soon as you find the moon pearl, everything is open. So go and find your go mode.
All sorts of routes to the Dark World, though it's nice when you have, like, non-glitch Dark World access. It's a bit easier.
Sure, it's a bit easier, but yeah, DMD...
If we wanted easy, we wouldn't be playing this mode. I get it.
Right, yeah. DMD is in logic, so... I don't know.
Ooh, bush crab leaving bombs. That's kind of useful.
Yeah, that seems a little dangerous, honestly. If you're just crab living under a bush and you just have at least 8 bombs that you're just sitting on, it just seems like a ticking bomb.
And Lumberjack is just vanilla today, so we almost certainly won't need Aga, since we do have plenty of routes to the Dark World.
Now we're getting Lumberjack DMA from both sides, which is a trick that I still have not learned by 12 races in this tournament.
Was that Flippers?
It was...
Flute!
It was not. Yeah, it was blue.
Yes, it was something important in blue.
Yeah, so Chex is going to screen wrap to grab it.
And Tam's going in the intended way.
Yeah. Can't speak to which is faster, but Chex's thing looked cooler, so I guess...
And that's what these glitch tournaments are really about. Doing crazy stuff that looks cool. Though Chex is at half a heart.
Well, Chex is doing the Graveyard Ledge DMD, which, when you don't have any bombs, is a great way to get some bombs. And on the other hand, going to Kakariko.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, Chex is almost halfway to bottle vendor money. Tam, maybe they'll find some in Blind's Hut. Ice Rod? Let me guess.
Nice.
TR is going to be a pendant.
That is a solid guess, I would say.
It was nice to get a full heart container in the back of Blind's Hut, though, since we been at 3 hearts.
Yeah, and the ice rod, meaning TR is a pendant, is a lot more potent in this mode because you can get into TR in a various number of ways. So,
Ooh, powder in Cackwell. Yes, and then it's a matter of, are you crazy enough to hover to Trinex?
yeah. We have seen an attempt at hover to Trinex. I don't believe we've seen... Well, I think we've seen a successful hover to Trinex. I don't think that won them the race.
I think Chex is going to skip that heart container on race game.
Kind of unfortunate, but with no sword, that just kind of takes too long.
Well, we'll get the one in back of Blind's hut.
And like you said, we're very deep into this bracket, so you can't just go for safeties willy-nilly. You kind of have to cut the corners when you can.
What's this, like top 8, I think?
It might be top 8. I think it's semifinals of the lower bracket. So
maybe even top 6.
So I think it's top 10. I think it's the top 8 of the lower bracket plus the 2 that are left in the upper bracket.
And by the way, we did get a Quake in hook shot on Bottle Vendor. It is important to get money.
Yeah, money is very important, as it turns out. Chat's activating his flute. 07's in chat.
But yeah, Tam needs to get back to Bottle Vendor relatively soon. Hookshot important.
They are going to get money here on the mountain, if I remember correctly. I think there's a 300 coming for Tam.
I can't remember where Chex got his 300. He definitely got a 300 somewhere.
Yeah. Tam also doing Spiral Cave with 4 hearts and green mail. So, braver person than me.
And word has it that Spiral Cave is easier with a hook shot.
I will check my sources, but I believe you are correct.
Anyway, Tam now has Bottle Vendor money, so as soon as they get back to CAC...
Yeah, so what Tam did there was, if you
took a death from a dead rock.
If you get an early flute, then it is a good play to just clear the top half of Kakariko and come back later, because the flute puts you in a time neutral position to get the lower half. But I guess the question is, when do they pull the trigger on that?
And by the way, did you notice what was in Link's house?
Yeah, there was a red cane there, which...
So much for hover to Trinex. Yeah,
well... I know Chex can hover, but he doesn't unless the seed makes him. Tam is kind of the same way. Tam plays on emulator, which it's a lot harder to hover on emulator.
By the way, there was a bow in Mini Moldorm, so that puts Eastern available. Still not logic to do all the way without a fire source. And Eastern's even a 5/6, okay. Not that we really care about the big red bomb.
Yeah, so I think Tam's gonna look at Eastern here. Okay, no, they're fluting away, which is
Yeah.
good.
And Tam pulled a cape in Saha's closet, by the way.
Check's going into Ice Rod Cave the normie way, which I believe he's going to up teleport to Eastern. Oh no, he's gonna water walk. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to judge what anybody's gonna do at any given time, just because so many things are available in this mode. Especially after you found a Sphere 1 Moon Pearl.
Yeah, we haven't even really seen the Dark World yet. Okay, Zora Ledge just vanilla, so we don't really need to worry about Splash deleting to get there or anything. And Zora giving some pretty serious love lessons. But we really don't need much money now that we've paid Bottle Bender anyway. We don't generally pay Kiki. Yeah, I've seen HMG runners pay Kiki on occasion, but it's rare.
It is definitely rare. It's a rare occasion that you want to be able to do things after Pod. Pod is kind of weird in this mode. It's kind of just on its own island until it's not.
Well, you can glitch into it from the mountain, so I'm wondering if either of our runners will do that.
They will eventually. Tam is doing an EDM, like basically a vanilla clip that you never see anymore, which is a bass clip that we teach to people that are just learning OWG, but you would never see in a tournament. But here it is. We saw it in a tournament.
Ooh, shovel. And flippers.
And flippers, so... We did see a Smokey and Hera. So
Which
I'm wondering
could be used as our Swamp Small.
That is correct. I'm wondering if we're going to see the classic Hammer and Swamp.
Yeah, now, well, once one of our runners gets both the hookshot and the flippers, though, Chex is about to get his flippers. So yeah, Swamp could be an appealing play for Chex now.
I don't think so. Swamp, like getting into Swamp is really slow.
And
But
I guess we don't really have a good weapon for Argus.
Well, it's that too. Like you would have to full bow Argus, which would require an arrow upgrade. But I still think it's just not a really appealing play. It's just not something that people do. Argus is almost always sword locked in HMG. You are correct, Malbo. But Argus is always hammer locked in HMG, I think. Actually, I think that's wrong, because the way that we get into swamp in HMG bypasses the hammer requirement.
Now, this is interesting. Tam has Zora money, but only barely, so if they do pay off the fish, they're not gonna have bottle vendor money again.
Right. I guess they could. Yeah, without a glove, they can't go to Smoke Rock. Art is not always Hammerlock. Thank you, Momo. Yeah, so... The problem is that Tam has...
Oh wow, Tam didn't even want that heart.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna save and quit, wasting all my money, but I'm not gonna pick up that heart.
Right. The problem is that Tam has so many options right now that going to CAC is just not really a good option. HMG can require Hera to swamp twice, once to flood and once to progress. Can you expand on that, Malmo? I thought key logic meant that you had to go through Mire. So if you have to go through Mire, that means... That means that you would only have to ever do it twice. Okay, I see what you mean now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you go right to flood, and you save and quit. And then you flip to Mire. Okay, I see. Yeah, see, this is why the description of HMG includes the word mind bending, because yes, the logic of this mode is very mind bending at times. Meanwhile, Chex's getting that cape and some money. Tam has found some money as well, so can pay off the bottle vendor for the hook shot in time, but I'm not really sure when they get back there.
Yeah, so I mean, right, you can flute anytime. It's easy to get back to, but right, like, what's gonna draw you back there over everything else?
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to find like Hammer Glove to get back to Kakariko, unless they kind of just run out of options and bottom half Kakariko is just their density.
And Check's giving us some of our fetch quests. Shovel is nothing. Sick Kid is another heart container. Cam would find some way to turn down that heart from Sick Kid.
No, I feel like in HMG I end up picking up most of like the freestanding items, so I don't blame Tam for leaving that art container behind, because normally you're on a large amount of hearts.
After Chex glitches into Magic Bat, just none of our fetch quests have paid off.
Yeah, and Tam kind of took an unfortunate death and now has to retread a lot of Eastern Palace here. I bet the heart container that they left behind would have saved them.
Almost certainly. I mean, there's a decent difference between 5 and 6 hearts.
I will take any opportunity to give Tam some guff. They deserve it.
And Check's giving us our first look at Desert here, which is a pendant. But still has 2 items.
Yeah, so I started learning this mode. So I started learning the speedrun back in March, but I didn't play HMG until July or so. And the first thing, and I asked in the glitch server, what is the first thing I should learn about HMG? And the answer that I got was, Desert is part of Kakariko. So
I thought the first rule of HMG is you do not talk about HMG.
Well, yes, of course. And now by being on comms, we are both on Malmo's hit list, but
Yes.
that's fine. I've been on Malmo's hit list ever since I bothered her about glitch stuff.
And I guess there is an item on Lanmo, which is really annoying on a pendant boss.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, and like the fact that you came here without a fire source.
Yeah, I think if Lanmo has something important, that's probably a last location.
Not necessarily. We could find a mirror at some point that makes Lanmo a convenience check, but yeah, it's definitely up there in last location priority, I guess. It's reverse priority, I guess. But
there's our first Dark World map check. I caught that TR was a pendant and that pod was a 5/6. Everything else was kind of fast.
yeah, maybe our tracker got it. But we are going to get a super jump here from Tam. It's just
Okay.
is it Meyer super jump or is it Hype Cave super jump?
I think Thieves was the other pendant. Our tracker has Thieves marked as the... Okay, yes. Chex did a slightly longer check, so yes. Thieves is green pendant, TR is blue pendant, and Pod is our other 5/6.
Okay, so Tam's doing a Hype Cave super jump, which let's see if that turns out, because obviously Hype Cave is always hype and never tripe.
Hey, Bloomerang?
Yeah,
Bottle number 2.
that's a 1 out of 10 Hype Cave, that is. Meanwhile, Chex also did not find anything of substance in the Super Bunny Cave, but is now gonna go to Hookshot Cave, because he has the hookshot that Tam does not.
And with Swamp being a crystal, we absolutely need that hookshot. There is no way to get around that requirement.
Yeah, so in HMG, there are situations where it makes sense to do Hookshot Cave just for the Bach chest, but they are in the minority, I would say. So not having the hookshot is probably keeping Tam away from Dark Death Mountain. And we're gonna get a catfish DMD here.
Oh, and that quake from Chicken Hut is in fact the entrance to TR. We can get in other ways, but depending on the key layout, it might be easier to go in the front.
It's normally not worth it. It's normally not worth the cutscene to go into TR from the front, and also like just the way that you traverse the dungeon. There are usually better ways to do that, but that could have some logical implications, because the medallion locks the front 3 chests unless there's a very special key layout.
Right, mostly a function of the game, always assuming you use keys as poorly as possible.
Yeah, the key layout of Turtle Rock is almost like 95% identical to no glitches. So it's almost guaranteed to be in the front 6 checks. But because it's HMG, like there is a chance that it could be somewhere weird, but it's pretty much guaranteed to be in the front 6 checks. And since the medallion technically locks the front 6 checks, then the medallion is technically important, but it's not. Like, as a racer, you don't really look at the TR medallion ever.
Oh, there's Mushroom. I knew our last fetch quest had to show up eventually. And I assume even with the whole entering pod and cave state, pod key logic is the same?
Yeah, so even though you are logically required to enter pod from cave, you are not required to know that you have 255 keys in cave state. So pod key logic is exactly the same as in no glitches.
Check's giving us our first Village of Outcasts look. Dashing around without a sword, we are almost at the half-hour mark and still no sword. Where's the pod big key? Oh, there's our sword, okay.
You spoke it into existence.
I'm not unhappy about that. It was high time for the runners to get a sword.
Yeah, dashing without a sword is probably the worst thing that can happen to you in this game, so I'm glad that Chex found a sword. Hopefully Tam will find a sword here. Oh, second sword in brewery. Let's go.
Village of Swords.
Village of Swords is my new melodic metal band name.
Okay, so Harmless Hellway is a small key.
Yeah, so Tam benefiting from the last update from VT. So all of these seeds are rolled on Vitor Randomizer. The last update of which was in 2023. Pause. But yeah, the last update included that when you open a chest in a dark room, it will always show you what the item is.
Yes, that was a big quality of life improvement. That said, Tam is struggling a bit in Dark Maze, since they still have no sword, which is the easiest way to help see in the dark. Okay, made it to the other chest. And yeah, apart from Mushroom, which may be something, that's just been a lot of junk in Pod.
Yeah, that really was just not worth it. I'm wondering if the hookshot is just a hard bottleneck here. Because Tam's gonna do escape, but I don't think there's anything here. I think they just need to go get the hookshot.
Fire rod something.
Okay. A fire rod is indeed something.
We still need a sword to beat Skull Woods.
Right, but there's
Okay.
there's two in Village of Outcasts. So
Yeah, so Uncle Tunnel is definitely our fire source haven.
right. So finding the fire rod might push Tam toward Village of Outcasts just because they can get the Skull Woods from there.
It looks like we are gonna see Front of Escape.
Yeah, you're there. You might as well just do it. There's no like clue that your go mode is anywhere because they need like 8 items for go mode at this point. So, yeah,
Including Bombos, since we've now seen that Meyer is Bombos, and there is no other way to get into Meyer.
Oh, okay. Heck, the seed. Seed sucks. Yeah, there's no way to get into Meyer under the HMG rule set. So you just need to find the medallion, and a lot of HMG seeds come down to medallion hunts.
Well, Fire Rod sure makes the ball and chain guard easy.
Yeah, especially without a sword. Oh no! And now Tam got the mail upgrade, which
Yeah, but I think that green guard does the same damage regardless.
does, but it's kind of the seed just saying, yeah, I know what you're trying to do, and I'm not gonna let you do it.
Now, Chex will have to find his way to Uncle Tunnel at some point.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a real easy way to do that, and now he's gonna clear both pyramid checks. So we'll see if that comes in. Like, Chex is gonna get to dodge Front of Escape, which obviously has nothing.
Yeah, and Tam, since we still haven't seen a glove, is going all the way to the back of Escape from the front.
Yeah, gloveless back of Escape is more prevalent in HMG, just because like the glove really doesn't lock a whole lot. Like the first glove really doesn't lock a whole lot, and the second glove could just be back there, right? And
Also,
now we found a hammer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hello hammer, again, hard required, ice is a crystal.
Okay, Tam going back to pod, it looks like.
Well, I can finish pod. And they'll need
Yeah,
to at
with
some point.
yeah, with hammer and bow they can finish it, and I believe they've already done Pyramid Fairy, so the red crystal things don't really matter. Like they never matter in this mode.
Yeah.
But
But regardless of anything, you still need 7 crystals to make Ganon vulnerable.
right. So I think this is just, you know, let's get the one item that I can get along with the crystal that I need to get. And then during this 3-minute sequence, let's figure out where to go next.
Chex back in pod. I guess Chex never did do the back, right? Oh, Chex never went into pod, period. That
Yeah,
door's still locked.
Chex never came in here, so it makes sense. I'm wondering. No, he can't open the. He can't open the boss door. Because you need a lamp or just like normal access to do that. So.
Yeah, it's very interesting with this with all this divergence. Chex has got 2 swords and a hook shot. Tam's got fire rod and lamp and hammer. And all of these things are important, and the other runner is going to need to find them. And there's silvers on Helma. Okay, we take those. Where's Tam off to now? 2 crystals in. And they can need Hera, though. Wait, they'd probably need to glitch in from Meyer, which means they can't. Chex can Herapot, though I gather Herapot is not logically relevant in HMG. At least that's my understanding, that the HMG logic has never been updated since Herapot was discovered. But either way, a crystal's a crystal. So is Tam gonna hover Hookshot Cave now? Because, well, they still don't have their hookshot from Bottle Vendor.
Alright. Sorry, I had to step away for a couple of minutes to take a phone call, but what did I miss?
Not much, honestly. The runners are just kind of retracing each other's steps. And Tam still doesn't have the
Tam's-
hook shot, so...
Tam's gonna hover here. Are they gonna? I don't think they're gonna try again. Yeah. Okay.
As I
Yeah.
recall, there wasn't anything of use in there anyway, right?
Yeah. So Tam is one of those that they know how to hover and they know like the utility that it can bring, but they're not consistent enough with it that they'll give it a second chance. So this is a very normal thing if you watch a lot of Tam streams.
Speaking of Tam stream, we should be glad the audio's on Chex and we only have to listen to regular speed heart beeping because Tam is a fan of double speed heart beeping.
8x speed one.
Okay, lava chest is just a key for a key today. And Chex was not counting.
I honestly don't think that Tam hears the heart beeps. I think they just do it to make chat mad, which I can respect.
Okay, Chex are first to turn in the mushroom. This is our last fetch quest. And all the fetch quests are just a big bust.
Well, can't complain about a big bus.
So where's Chex off to? Is he gonna finally check out Uncle Tunnel, get his fire?
I believe this is a front of escape check. And he finally gets his fire, and we will see in short order what it will get him, because Tam has checked every other thing that requires fire.
Poor Tam had to do the TR torches the way the game intended because no hookshot.
Yeah, they also had to get Requiem magic, which I would never wish on anyone except for Requiem Spirit.
What's Requiem magic?
That is the magic below the roller room. So there's in the room below the roller room, there's two pots, and the lower one has a full magic. Requiem Spirit likes to get that magic in the No Major Glitches speedrun. That's like the thing that they do that nobody else does. So we like to give them shit for it.
And by the way, Tam found the completely useless ether in Crystal Roller.
Yeah,
But Tam doesn't know that ether's useless.
I think they do, because our tracker has tracked that Tam knows
okay.
that Meyer is Bombos. But Laser Bridge is always the most important part of TR.
Do you beat Trinex since you're here anyway?
I probably do. I don't know if Tam does or not.
It's an annoying menu boss because still no sword, so it's gonna be a hammer fight.
Okay, it looks like Tam is just gonna beat the boss. Yeah, question from chat. This is a lower bracket race. Yes, this is a lower bracket race. There are only 2 higher bracket contenders left. And their matches are delayed a bit, but that's fine because they need the lower bracket to catch up.
Yeah, so that's Breadkun and Skelly. And yeah, then Krithel is waiting for the winner of this series. Gamachu is waiting on the other side of the lower bracket, and that's going to take a while to play out because Spleebian Malmo and Dark Sky and Mr. Buyer all need to play their series just to then get to this same round that Chex and Tam are in.
Question from chat. Why did Tam ride Samaria to Trinex instead of hovering? I thought this tourney was for major glitches. As it turns out, hovering is not a major glitch. Using Samaria is actually a major glitch. And speaking of which, Chexhuman is going to do the mirrorless wrap, and I think he messed up.
But by the way, Chex did beat Moldorm, didn't he? I don't see it tracked, but
Chex didn't tap up enough.
Okay, now we have it
That's
tracked. Thank you, Mr. Buyer.
harsh but fair. Malmo and Chex are very well acquainted with each other, so makes sense that she's roasting her friend. I think Chex has the beat on that Turtle Rock is the play. Now, we know that it's not. It's probably...
Did we get anything out of here?
I don't think so. I think Turtle Rock was just completely empty.
And he's actually going in the front.
Yeah, because he tried to do a mirrorless map wrap, but he messed up.
Well, as it turns out with the key layout, he'll be just fine going in the front.
Right. All you lose in that scenario is the medallion cutscene.
Yeah,
Do you think Tam remembers Bottle Merchant? I have a hard time believing that they forgot that Bottle Merchant exists. I think Bottle Merchant is deprioritized as this is my go mode item, or this is my last location.
But it's okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because like if my opponent got something here, then I'm just dead anyway. That's the end.
And I was going to say the flip side of that is, of course, we still haven't seen any gloves, which means as far as we know, Chex needs to traverse the entirety of Escape to get to the back of Escape to get his hammer. Oh, and there's a sword on the torch. Tam's first in 47 minutes.
Love it. I love it. We'll have to ask Tam later on if they thought that was the first logical sword. So, both runners are doing Link sprites.
Ooh, there's our bombos for getting into Mire. GT map chest.
See. Hmm.
So between the two runners, are we in no mode? No, we need a glove for ice.
No, we definitely need a glove.
I think that's all we need.
I think that's all we need. We would like a mirror or mitts or other. Oh, we found all 3 medallions. We would like a lot of things. Oh, look. Oh, look, a glove.
Okay,
As it
well,
turns out-
GT is giving us everything, so that is no mode.
As it turns out, GT is just the answer.
Wonder if Chex will go over there next since he's in the neighborhood. And that should also get him to the back of Escape for his hammer once he gets the glove from there.
Yeah, Tam knows that's hookshot locked, so Tam knows that hookshot is go.
And there's our fourth sword!
Okay.
How often do you
Okay,
see
dude.
both runners on Master Sword and no overlap with where they got their swords?
It is not very often.
But yes. Recap there. 2 swords in GT, 2 swords in Village of Outcasts.
Two swords in the Hope Room super tile. So you could dupe that into gold sword.
Chex, you... Oh, no, Chex does have ice and fire rods. Never mind.
Yep.
For some reason, I thought Chex was short a rod.
Nope. He's got the rods, but unfortunately, Trinex does not have a crystal. Tam, I think this is gonna. I think this is bad for Tam, actually, because they're clipping into ice here, and they're just gonna clear the whole dungeon trying to find the hook shot, and they're not gonna find the hook shot.
Yeah, I think Chex is now pretty well positioned as long as he goes to GT next.
Yeah, what possibly gets Tam back to Bottle Fender? That's the real question. Yeah, they just need to flute 3 randomly.
I don't know, maybe they find Mirror and they combo it with Village.
Like this is definitely a good race to commentate. Like Tam looks like they're ahead because all they need is one item that we know is easily available, but they do not know that. So they're definitely on a timer.
Yeah, fortunately for Tam, Chex did not go to GT. So he's gonna be hunting for stuff until he gets GT.
Good observation from Malmo in chat that Tam.
Wait, did Chex just get wall mastered?
I believe he did, because I saw that he was in the front room, and yeah, I think he got owned. But yeah, Tam is acting like they're in go mode.
Oh yeah, Chex got 1.0'd by getting wall mastered while falling down the hole, and almost did it a second time. Very nice moth fight, though. Especially for Master Sword.
And was too high for that last clip, which is good because they got kicked out.
Is Tam gonna clip? No. I thought maybe Tam was gonna do Swamp.
Tam might do Swamp here. I think.
Okay, where's Chex gonna go next? To the mountain. Oh yeah, Tam found book and we haven't seen tablet checks, though. They're in the wrong world for that.
Yeah, but they're not doing that. They're doing a fancy DMD to go to VOO to maybe die in Thieves Sound to get the merchant. Who knows? Yeah, they're definitely clearing Skull here. But I think they're gonna die in a dungeon to go back to the light world here.
Chex is... Oh, he's stealing the key and then going right, okay. Wow, opening the middle door. You don't see that every day.
I mean, that's just a bet that there's enough keys down below. So in vanilla, there are 2 keys upstairs. In rando, it's safe to open the middle door as long as there are not exactly 2 keys upstairs, which is...
In vanilla, there's only 1 key upstairs, because the mini Helma is a drop, not a chest.
Right, yeah. So you're basically betting that there's not a chest key somewhere upstairs.
I assume this also means he's planning to go full right here.
That I doubt that. I think he's gonna go to Compass Chest, get the pot key, and mirror out.
He doesn't have a mirror. Death Warp out?
Then I think he is going to do full right because he doesn't have a mirror.
Yes, that's...
Yeah,
if he had a mirror, I wouldn't have thought he would consider full right, but without a mirror, it seemed like that's what he was setting up for.
Right, and based on the movements of his sprite, I think he was thinking about mirroring out, and then he realized that he doesn't have a mirror. So, yeah. So here we are.
And hey, he didn't go and claim his butter sword while he was down here. Oh, right, and he still doesn't have silvers because he hasn't beaten Pod, because he doesn't have the hammer.
Right. I mean, he'll get them for free, but yeah. So there's the mirror.
Oh, so Tam didn't do Ice Armos?
Guess not.
Because I think we would have noticed if Tam got the mirror.
Yeah, because our tracker says that they don't have the mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, again, mirror is not required in this mode.
Ooh,
but it's a big time save item.
Check's going upstairs, so he's gonna miss that glove. And Bombos. That gives Tam some outs.
Yeah, that glove looms pretty large.
Yeah, I mean, sure, there's another glove somewhere, we don't know where. But even if we find that, Bombos is 100% hard required.
A confirmation Tam saved and quit at Bob's chest.
Weird.
So and they did not have a bow at that point, and I'm not 100%
What? No,
sure
Tam
that they
had silvers at that point.
Oh,
Tam's had silvers for a while.
that is kind of weird then. They would save and quit like that. But maybe they're playing key logic, which I definitely did in my first race versus Doom Tap. I played key logic and got burned by it.
But then why would you go as far as Bob's chest even? Like, if you're at Bob's chest and you have silvers, Ice Armos is pretty trivial.
It's not the difficulty, it's the time investment that's required for that. So I can see why Tam did it. And honestly, it's probably just respect to their opponent. Like I cannot waste the amount of time that it takes
And
to
probably Sorry.
ahead.
No, I was gonna say probably the same thing with checks in the other direction. I have the big key, I can't waste the time going left.
Right.
No,
yeah,
left.
like
Sorry.
I think it's just respect to the opponent. Like I cannot waste this amount of time to get nothing.
Unfortunately for both of them, Checks missed a required item and Tam missed an extremely useful item.
Also, I think Tam is in Hook Go, but Chex is in Bombos Go.
Bombos and Glove go.
Yeah, so Tam knew that they were in Hook Go, and I think they realized, based on like key logic, that Hookshot could not be on Ice Armors.
Yeah, but if they had that mirror, they could get to Bottle Vendor really quickly.
They could.
And I'm very much wondering at this point, where the heck is the other glove?
I mean, it could be literally anywhere. Mitts do not lock things in HMG, so
That was an
glove.
amazing Agatu lineup, by the way.
Mitts only locks Ice Palace, basically. Thank you, Malmo. I knew that you were gonna correct me immediately.
Our tracker. Thank you, Mr. Beyer. Our tracker pointing out checks can't go left because it's hammer locked.
Right. Yeah.
So, yes, he. I didn't even think about that. Oh no, he can't get into the back of Escape the fast.
Yeah, and I was even saying when Tam did the back of Escape that gloveless back of Escape is more prevalent in this mode, just because the glove doesn't really lock as much as it usually does.
There's green pendant for Tam. Tam has now collected 2 of the 3 pendants.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them turn this in. Soon-ish.
hey, Chex doesn't have to worry about picking up the blue mail because he can just mirror.
Does Smith get Tam back to CAC? I don't think it does. Yeah, Tam's not interested in Smith.
So Hammer's back of escape. Chex should be getting it shortly.
Did Tam find Mitts?
I don't think Tam has mitts.
I don't think Tam found Mitts. What Tam did was turn in the mushroom, and I don't think they went into. I don't think they went into the shop after turning in the mushroom.
So there's Chex's hammer. Tam got a third bottle from Saha. The fourth bottle they turned down in Hammer Peg, so we know where bottle percent is. And yes, the Zero Russian chat said...
Hammer... Yep. Go ahead.
No, just Hammer is sending Chex right back to GT, which is where he needs to be.
Sending Chex back to Pod, actually.
Oh, that... I'm not used to getting into that cave from that way. I still don't quite know all the different setups for what glitch is taking you where.
Yeah, glitch logic is weird. It's a lot to get used to.
I'm turning down the fire shield. Such a shame.
No. So you actually just want fighter shield for this mode because fire shield and mirror shield completely wreck your visual cues for lineups.
Oh, no, I was just joking. I mean, I don't think most runners would, if they see a fire shield in Checkerboard Cave, go to the trouble of grabbing it.
No, but importantly, people will pick up the fighter shield because in the prac hack you have the shield to line you up. Meanwhile, Chex is doing a basement clip. I don't think this is a real basement clip. I think real basement clips involve a lot of turtle killing and fighting with turtles. I mean, I'm basing that on Malmo the other night. Hey, what?
I think Malmo just posted an emote of the clip.
Yeah, so she she posted a clip where if you dash 1 pixel below where you're supposed to dash, then you get an infinite dash.
Oh. Anyway, there's Chex's silvers and his 4th crystal. So we are now tied in the crystal count.
I'm just poking fun at my buddy. He won that race, by the way, so I can make fun of it.
Oh, Chex is doing Eastern Big Key Chest.
Yeah,
That's kind of time consuming.
a little bit. this is definitely the best time to do that.
But I feel like Goodbye Forever would be a defensible play.
I agree with you, but Chex does not. So whatever. He's holding the controller.
And, well, since Tam is still not going back to CAC, Chex can burn time. But as soon as Tam goes back to CAC, Chex had better be heading to GT.
Do you think if Tam is gonna pull Ped, then they're gonna go back to CAC?
Does make you wonder.
Wow, I'm here to pull the pedestal, which is an extremely bad location. Oh, I found my go mode, an extremely good location.
Yeah, right. If you're fluting to 3, Bottle Vendor is directly between the flute spot and the pedestal. Okay, what's Tam gonna flute to?
I still couldn't
Okay.
tell you who is ahead right now because... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Tam is first to go mode.
Yeah, Tam is first to go mode, but they have a couple dungeons to make up, I think. No, actually.
Well, we're tied on the crystal count, but Tam will need to do the GT climb. Chex has beaten Aga 2. It's an extremely friendly Aga 2, but for the blue balls, it could have been a double triple.
Now that we have 0 blue ball presets, hopefully we can do away with blue balls entirely.
Seems to only be a thing for AD modes at the moment.
Well, however it happened.
But yeah, this has now gotten to be a close race, that Tam took forever to find the hook shot, but Chex has burned enough time doing some one-offs. It's close.
Yeah, I feel like Chex was ahead, but Tam was on a timer, basically. Like as soon as Tam went to Bottle Vendor and found their hook shot. Oh, okay. Tam just lost like 2 seconds in Mire 2, so obviously.
Chex is about to be in go mode here as soon as he grabs that glove. There we go. Suddenly realizes he's in go mode and can get out of there.
He's out. Okay. not even gonna check. Not even gonna check the other things. Okay, here we go. We get a rare Tam hover here.
Aww. It is the Godmire though.
Oh, I thought they were gonna try again. Just because it's Mire. But yeah, just go the regular way. The Mire hover saves like 4.5 seconds. So even if you try and fall, it's worth trying again. Oh, and Tam gonna do yeah, what we call the AD spooky. So the AD RMG spooky.
What makes it different from regular spooky?
Yeah, so the reason what makes it different from the regular spooky is that you don't have the flute call.
Oh, right. We didn't come through there. And...
Yeah, so you have to chuck a block into a pit, and then it requires that you do the fire rod dash there that you just saw.
Yeah,
I
it's interesting because right, you don't usually see like flipping the switch from that room. And hey, Vidi's really easy on silver arrows.
yeah, sure it's
And I assume Tam
uh
will go right back into glitch over to Hera and thence to Swamp.
they might just go to swamp right now because they're in go mode. But I'm not 100% sure what's faster.
So let's see what Chex does about hovering when he finds the Godmire.
Okay, yeah. No, Tam is definitely going to flood the dam and save and quit.
Why do we need to flood the dam?
Because of how we need to reestablish the dungeon ID. So
Oh, right. Otherwise,
you
you'd be.
need to flood the dam, and then you need to save and quit, and then now the dam is flooded until you transition the screen. But in this sequence that Tam's doing right now, you never transition the overworld screen. So the dam is always flooded. And
Right.
And so this means that the front of Swamp is also flooded. So Tam can go to Swamp from Hera and just pop out the front and pop back in, and then the front room is flooded.
Right. And Tam even has a key.
Yeah, so that key is important because the way that we get into Swamp, there's a small key door after you clip in. So that key is important because we need that key to get out of that room that we clip into.
And just to be clear, Tam still has the climb, Chex still has Ice Palace, so it is unclear who is better positioned. Because Tam's also already into Swamp, and Chex needs to go up to Hera first. Yeah, and since Chex has the mirror, he should be able to just clip into Swamp, go to the front, pull the dam, mirror, pull the dam, and then go back into Swamp.
Right, yeah. Mirror does make Swamp a little bit faster. But not enough. It's I think about 1.5 seconds. Yeah, it's like
Okay, so
it's
even
not.
though he saved the time having to run over to Swamp first before going to Hera.
Yeah, it's not enough time that you really need to worry about. Like, I always need to get mirror before going into Swamp. It's I mean, it's kind of a speedrun thing, because in the speedrun you kind of break into Swamp and then you just kind of go here the vanilla way afterwards. I don't know, that probably didn't make sense.
I mean, I don't know enough about HMG to really follow the details. But in any case, Tam is rushing Argus. This is going to be their 7th crystal.
Yeah, Tam still has to do the climb, but Chex still has to do 2 dungeons versus Tam's 1 dungeon.
Well, including the dungeon he's in.
Yeah, I think Tam's ahead, but I don't think it's. I think it's very close.
Yeah, at least, you know, Go Mode Ice isn't that long.
Statement from chat that Tam is gonna land right next to the Ganon hole. Our tracker, Mr. Byer, has tracked a bunch of river clip things, and turns out sometimes it's actually faster to make some dungeons your last dungeon and river clip to Ganon versus leaving the climb for last.
And speaking of the climb, Tam is starting it. As Chex is now in Michael Phelps' room, so he's gonna be done with Swamp and have 6 crystals pretty shortly.
Another question from chat. No, Swamp is not one of them. The Swamp is one of the worst. Swamp and Ice are some of the worst dungeons to get to the Ganon hole from.
But yes, I think at this point I do give Tam an edge. Of course, in a close race, you could blame any number of factors for making the difference, but I do think going back to Eastern to check the big key chest was a factor.
We'll see how it turns out here. It is very close. Like, it doesn't look close, but it really is. Like, both of them are on their last dungeon, and they're both like 5 items away from completing it.
Did Chex perhaps want that small key? Yes, he did want that small key. Okay, I was thinking, yeah, you probably want to lift that block and get the small key.
I think he gambled it and just went back for it.
Oh yeah, I suppose it could have been Spike Chest.
That's not a play that I ever make, but you know, people that make it to the semifinals of brackets make that kind of play.
So yeah, this is gonna be really close.
This is gonna be super close. I think Tam's gonna be in the cutscene when Chex is killing Cold Stare.
Yeah, because Chex is gonna have a fast Cold Stare fight with Buttersword. There's a reason the vanilla game locks Buttersword behind Cold Stare.
Okay. Well, Chex is gonna have a bit of a longer traversal to Ganon.
Right. And Tam isn't having quite as good of an Agatu fight as... Oh, no. Okay, they did. It didn't look as good, but I guess it was as good as Chex's.
Yeah, Tam runs NMG, so they know they have unfortunately spent the 1,000 hours that are required to spend in the Agatu room. So they kind of know how that works.
And Chex is running over from Flute 5 spot, so Tam will be the first into the Ganon fight.
25, 35 versus... Oh no, we got a Gray Skull. $25, 59. So yeah, about 15 seconds. Zero Rush, you got it on the nose.
But, like,
15
with
seconds.
Butter Sword and Silvers, it is such a quick fight. Though Tam is a bit low health. They can't take a Ganon hug.
They're on blue mail, so yeah, they can take a fire bath.
But there's the triple.
All
Get
right,
your
there we go.
GGs in for Tam.
Easy game.
Coming back to take this. Force a game 3. Chex does not get the triple, so we will wait slightly longer, but get your GGs in for Chex as well.
Yeah, Chex is gonna finish less than a minute behind Tam. So yeah, this is a great series to watch because
Yeah.
I would say these are two very evenly matched runners. And
we are joined by Chex here. Oh no, Tam! Tam actually did join. You said you weren't going to join. You fooled us. GG.
Classic Tam move.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. So I guess the big question is hookshot.
Hey.
Hey, Chex is also here. GG.
GG.
GG Tam.
I mean, I didn't forget it.
What did you
We
say?
were just wondering when you'd get back there.
Get back where?
Tam didn't have bottle vendor money the first time through CAC.
Was that junk?
That was hookshot.
No, it was hookshot.
Oh.
So the two of you took extremely different routes through the seed. In fact, at one point, both of you had Master Sword, and none of the swords were from the same place as each other.
Ha. Yeah. Interesting.
I figured when Chex wasn't done at an hour and 10 minutes in that he probably was late to Fire Rod and Hammer or something.
Yeah. Well, I was around 40 minutes or 45 minutes to both Lamp and Fire Rod, but with that, I'm not going to finish Escape. I wanted to leave something in the light world.
That's what I figured. I went pretty early with nothing else to do, so
Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't want to go to Village of Outcasts without a weapon. later on, not having hookshot was actually kind of good because a lot of the items I found were hookshot locked. So
So I'm
skipped
just
the next
amused you didn't want to go to Village of Outcasts without a weapon. Little did you know there were 2 swords there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the pearl was so early. Like the pearl was in Sphere 1, I think. So how do you navigate a seed when the pearl is that early?
I'll just go to a dungeon in the Dark World if I can do it. But I normally do most of the Light World, but I don't really feel like full clearing it because I feel like I need to have some play in the game. I don't know if that's a good thing. It wasn't a good thing in Dust Seed. But I will probably do a lot of full clearing without mirror.
I usually think that going to Dark World early is just wrong. But especially with no clearable dungeons.
You mean clearable dungeons in the Light World?
With no clearable dungeons.
Oh, with no clearable dungeons. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Though the bow showed up pretty quickly in Mini Moldorm, and you both wound up in Eastern before too long.
Yeah. There was such a gap between that Eastern as my first dungeon and whatever was my second dungeon. I don't remember. Probably Skull Woods after TR or something.
I think Hera was your second. Tam put off Hera, but I think once you got swords, you did Hera pretty soon after.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice.
Yeah, you did not have a choice.
Oh, right, Tam, you didn't get Mirror. That was what I wanted to ask you. You quit GT after Bob's Chest. Mirror was behind Ice Armos. Was that just trying to save a little bit of time, or...?
Everything was hookshot locked. I shouldn't have even done Bob's Chest. That was a
yeah,
mistake.
well, that's what
Yeah.
confused me, because you were already at Bob's Chest.
It takes
I
like
think
30 seconds to get to the items.
I think chat also said everything is hookshot locked. Why is Tam here?
But I went to Ice next, which was just also a mistake. The glove was also hookshot locked.
I assume
Right.
we have no idea where the other glove was other than GT.
I think we saw
Uh,
everything in
I
GT.
don't think it can't be in GT.
Chex, I have a request from Malmo, and it might have been given away, but I have a request from Malmo to ask you, what do you think Tam's go mode was?
Hookshot? No. That's, I don't know. Bombos? I don't know. I thought it was hookshot, but Bombos and glove were hookshot locked.
It was hookshot.
But not. But what did he say?
It was hookshot.
Oh, okay.
It was hookshot, yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it was already spoiled. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat.
My third dungeon clear was Turtle Rock, which I'm guessing was not yours.
Oh, I did Turtle Walk pretty early, as soon as I got Fire Rod.
Yeah, so Tam's first dungeon clear was Turtle Rock.
Okay.
I think that yours was Hera, but your second was Turtle Rock.
Well, I mean, after they both did Eastern.
I did Pod before Turtle Rock.
Oh, you did Pod before Turtle Rock. Okay. Well, this is what I get for having ADD.
But yeah, yes, Tab, were you on your way to pull Ped if Bottle Vendor hadn't had your hookshot?
I mean, that's the only reason I checked Bottle Vendor.
Right, that's what we kind of figured.
So
Gamepad was
you weren't gonna check that if you didn't have the pendants?
No, I was leaving everything in CAC. I figured apparently wrongly, but if Hookshot was there, I didn't have a chance.
Question from our tracker, Mr. Buyer. Are you aware that you didn't do the second half of CAC?
That's what I just said. I was leaving that.
Yep. Yeah, that's...
But it was wrong because at that point in time, I needed Quake for PED, logically. And that was probably behind Bombos.
I have that written down as my second item in Sphere 1.
Well, that was probably in CAC then.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's probably right.
It was Chicken Hut.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, I wouldn't have done TR if I had remembered it was a pendant, but as soon as I got there, I felt committed. Plus, I was able to open it. It was just so suspicious at that point.
And it's a fair number of items, none of them were useful.
Yeah, the seed was definitely pointing to TR, but nothing was in there.
Yeah, I didn't play my best, so I soft locked at least once. And
Oh yeah, the Wallmaster grab.
I got the Wallmaster.
That
yeah.
moth.
And so.
And you almost had that happen a second time. You barely avoided that.
Yeah, I saw how he is. But
One of
That's
you
okay.
soft locked trying to go to Graveyard Ledge. I think it was Chex.
no,
No, okay.
I didn't softlock anywhere, I just died like 5 times.
Oh right, you died in Eastern, right?
I did Eastern 2 times just because I didn't have lamp and didn't want to go to the big key chest. And so I went the
guess we
second
spent
time
about
after.
the same amount of time in Easton.
Yeah. So that didn't
I
work
died in
out.
the back.
Yeah, it was a funny seed. I waited for Lamp to go to Old Man because I'm doing the Lumberjack DMA now, and got the flute from the mountain. So I just let Lamp. I was just waiting for the game to tell me where Lamp was basically, and then move on with the Dark World or whatever needed to be behind that. So I don't know. It was extremely flat seed, and it was hard for me to understand. But now I get it.
So, I think the big question is, when is Game 3?
So that's tomorrow, same time.
Cool.
Yeah, already on the calendar. Already have a tracker, so should get a channel, I would think.
Wonderful. So, tune back in tomorrow night at the same time, and you'll get a different result because it's random.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you both, Drossi and Sean, for commenting. Appreciate it.
And thank you both, Chex and Tam. Please give our runners a follow and check the schedule. Game 3 does not yet have a channel. I'm sure it will get one, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you, Mr. Buyer, for doing the tracking. I can't do this without a tracker. And yeah, Sean, it was fun.
Yeah, I enjoy your company, Drossi, so any excuse.
Yeah, we hadn't done comms together in a while. Let's see what we can get you over to now. Sure if there's anything going on right now. At the top of the hour on SpeedGaming 2, there will be a Super Metroid GT Classic race. So check that out. There are a couple of them, one at the top of the hour and one an hour later. So if you're looking for other stuff tonight, check out SpeedGaming 2 in about 18 minutes. And otherwise, again, do check out our runners from today for their Game 3 same time tomorrow.
Zelda.